It's Mechanic Monday on ModestoNews.org. Brought to you by the Modesto mechanic himself, Ward Rose, owner of Import Automotive Repair. Go see Ward anytime at 1400 North 9th Street in Modesto, California, or give him a call at 526-6408 or visit his website, importautomotiverepair.com.
Today we're going to talk about brakes. Right here you have a car that has the wheel off, so tell us a little bit about what we're looking at.
Basically, this is a brake disc, and this is the caliper that holds the brake pads. The caliper squeezes on the pads to grab the disc to slow the car down.
Okay. Now, how can you tell a bad one, or if you need to replace one? What do you think's happening so that you have an understanding? Just besides, you don't, the car doesn't stop. I mean, is there signals to replacing your brakes?
A lot of late model cars have sensors on them. There's a light that comes on the dash.
Okay.
Some of them have a little squeaking little noisemaker that squeals whenever the car is rolling. So some people think it's not the brakes, even though because they're not using them, but it still squeaks.
What'd you call this section here?
This is a brake disc.
Now, is that supposed to be smooth, or is that what if it looks like it's got some scratches in it?
This is fine. Deep ridges are not fine, but if the rotor's got deep ridges in it, the pads are probably pretty well worn out. Probably end up changing them both.
All right, so it's better to make sure that you get good pads instead of having something damage this rotor or whatever you have on the car or the pads. So that's a difference of quite a few dollars between the brake job. How often should you think somebody change their brakes?
You hope you get a good 30,000 miles out of a brake job. I've seen them go a lot less. I've seen them go a lot more. It just really depends on the driver and how they use them.
Certain sounds come out of cars sometimes, like you can hear a scratchy sound or a squeaky sound or a crunching sound. Kind of explain to us, the different sounds that you might hear that might give you an idea you need brakes.
Squeaking isn't necessarily an issue. It's an annoyance. But it doesn't necessarily mean you need brakes. Certainly any kind of grinding, any kind of shaking in the steering wheel when you're using them, there's something going on with your brakes that needs to be addressed.
We see these trucks sometimes we're up in the mountains and we're following maybe a big truck and they're told to go real slow. And what happens when you're heading down a hill, if you're on a hill? How do you use your brakes? Do you just keep your foot on it all the time, or what would you be safe for doing? Intermittently putting your foot down or just slamming your brakes all the time on the way down?
Probably be best to kind of use them intermittently, not to keep constant pressure. Try to let them cool off a little bit in between times when you use them.
Okay.
A lot of the Japanese cars don't have very good cooling in their brakes, so you load your car up and you take it up in the mountains, you come downhill and your steering wheel's shaking when you get back to the valley, because you've overheated the brakes.
We want to thank you for talking with us about brakes today and having people get some real good safety tips and might have even saved a few lives.
Thank you.